Hey guys, welcome back to my BookTube channel. Thank you for bearing with me the last couple of weeks. I know I haven't posted in a couple of weeks. I've just been super busy with cast change at work, so we've been working like 80-hour weeks for the last few weeks. So I've not had time to film videos. I have been reading, but for today, as you can tell by the title, I'm here for a little book haul unboxing kind of deal. It was gonna be a full unboxing, but one of my packages got delivered to my parents' house and their puppy got hold of the book. So it does not have a packaging and it is a little disfigured, but that being said, it's still gonna be part of the book haul because I'm still gonna read it. I'm just gonna cry a little bit because I hate reading damaged books. But let's just start with that book and get it out of the way. It's A Touch of Darkness. I'm really excited to read this book. You can see the damage puppy Wilbur did to the book. He's got some chew marks here. It's not awful, but it's not great. It's definitely still readable though. But this is a retelling of the story of Persephone and Hades, and I absolutely love Greek mythology. I love retellings of stories as well, and I keep seeing it advertised like on Facebook ads for like bookstores and stuff, so I figured I'd give it a go. On the title it says, as she struggles to sow the seeds of her freedom, love for the god of the dead grows, and it is forbidden. Obviously we all know the story of Persephone and Hades, so it's going to be interesting to see how they make it different. As always with how I like to read things, I haven't looked into this too much because I don't want to spoil the surprises of books. I feel sometimes if you read the back, certain things just are no longer a surprise. So this is my first book. I'm very excited about this one, although I am heartbroken at the damage. If I like it, I'll probably buy, I think this is a trilogy, so I'll probably buy the full trilogy and maybe like see if my mum or sister, they both read fantasy as well, so see if maybe one of them wants this one, so it doesn't go to waste. Otherwise I'll just buy the other two, but we'll see. Next up, I actually have, I say next up and last up because this is a small book haul today, but that's okay because realistically not everyone can afford to buy 20 books in one go. I would love to, and I think I'm gonna treat myself to that next time I get like something to celebrate, but this is a slightly more realistic book haul. But I do have this parcel here. This is from Waterstones, which is very exciting, and I'm not gonna lie, all the books in here are books that I have read before, but that's okay. Puppy also got hold of this one, but luckily only got a little bit of that. I live like opposite my parents, and they often deliver stuff to my parents' house instead of my house, so I need to start being a bit more proactive about actually picking stuff up in time. So first off, I mean I did mention this in my title, but oh well, let's see what we've got here. Oh, I love it. So first two to be pulled out. These are actually stunning. So this is the Crescent City series limited edition, exclusive edition to Waterstones covers. Let me hold these up for you guys. Look at these. Oh, these are beautiful. So I have read these before, but one of my dogs actually got hold of the beautiful hardback version I had of House of Sky and Breath. So I was like, well, I need to buy a new one, and then as I was thinking that, they mentioned about the limited editions, so I have these. My sister is reading ACOTAR at the moment, so I'm actually going to give her my old copies of House of Earth and Blood and Sky and Breath, so she's got something to read. These are my babies. I absolutely love these books. This is sort of like a bit of a modern fantasy kind of, it's like set in a slightly more modernistic time with phones and that kind of thing, but it's still your fairies and mer people and all this sort of stuff. Personally, you can read these as a standalone series. I know Sarah J Maas has the Crescent City series ACOTAR series and the Throne of Glass series. I've not actually read Throne of Glass yet, and I need to read that before all the new books come out because I want to sort of read everything of hers, just so that I'm not sort of flitting between series. But I would personally recommend reading ACOTAR before you read Crescent City. This is a standalone series, but personally that's just a recommendation I would give. I think ACOTAR is a much better sort of introduction into her world of fantasy and how Sarah J Maas writes fantasy, and this is a little bit more intense, a little bit more complicated in some ways, so I think that it's incredibly useful to have read ACOTAR first because it gets you into her frame of writing in a less intense and confusing way. But that being said, I do absolutely love this series and these covers are beautiful. I'm hoping soon I can get my bookshelf built, and these are obviously going to be Pride of Place display copies as well. I absolutely love them. And then my final book is yet again another book I have read, From Blood and Ash. This is interesting. This is a really weird size. I feel like I need another book for a comparison. Like, size-wise, this makes me slightly uncomfortable. Is that bad? It's just a really weird size. Either way, I think the cover art's beautiful and it's a lovely, lovely book. I'm just really confused with the size of this book. Huh. Oh well. So if you guys have sort of seen from a couple of other videos, I've been reading the From Blood and Ash and A Shadow in the Ember series, which is the prequel to From Blood and Ash, on my Kindle. And the reason I did that is, first off, these are a little bit more expensive than a normal book. I do believe that they are published to print / self-published, so they are a little bit more expensive to buy. I think this was like $17.99, which is really annoying because it says $13.99 on the back here. Yeah, it says $13.99 on the back here and I paid $17.99, so that's annoying. But they are a bit more expensive and they're only a £5 on Kindle, so I chose to read them on Kindle first to see if I liked them enough to buy the physical copy, which I did. So I'm slowly collecting the physical copy. I think I'm going to get the From Blood and Ash series in paperback, and I want to get the Shadow in the Ember series in hardback just to shake things up. Also, the Shadow in the Ember is a trilogy, and I just think a trilogy of hardbacks looks lovely, as opposed to, I think this is going to be 6 or 7 books, and so I'd prefer that to be paperback just for ease. Plus, I think I'm just going to store these normally on a bookshelf, but we'll see. So, for those of you that don't know, From Blood and Ash is about Poppy, who is a maiden, and her life has led up to the Ascension and to her being able to bring in the next wave of the Ascended, which are these godlike figures who are eternally youthful and beautiful. She then meets Hawke, who is one of her royal guards, and Hawke begins to change her views on everything. I won't go into too much more, but it is a beautifully written book. I absolutely love the whole series. I binged this series, absolutely loved it, and I'm not gonna lie, I might even think the prequel's a step better, which is really quite impressive. I think this series I normally rate like a 4.5 to a 5-star book. Like, that's how much I love this series. Like, this is amazing. I love these books. I would 100% recommend these to anyone who likes Sarah J Maas, who likes fantasy with a little bit of a spice. This is a spicy book. It's not hugely spicy. I've definitely read spicier. It's maybe like a 2 spice, but there's spice in it and it's amazing. I love it. The first book almost reads a little YA. I do actually have for this book an entire video about this series and this book, which I will link up here for you guys to click on and have a look if you are interested. Yeah, so I know that's actually like a really, really small book haul. I'm sorry if you guys were expecting more, but I think it's also really important in and on Book Talk to be realistic about our abilities and financial capabilities to buy books. I just don't have the money to spend on 15 to 20 books at a time for a massive haul, but I do enjoy buying new books and I want to share that process with you. So this is sort of what I can afford and what I can do, and I don't think that that's anything to be looked down upon. And I do like sometimes buying books that I've already read, because I will buy Kindle copies of books so that I can save a little bit of money, and then if I do like them I'll buy a physical copy, or if there's like special editions of things. So that is everything for today's video. Thank you for joining me. I know, like I say, it was a really quick one, but I do hope that you guys enjoy getting a little bit of a glimpse of all the books that I have purchased recently. I am trying to be good with not purchasing too much, and I hope you guys have enjoyed learning a little bit about what I like to buy and why I buy them. And if you guys have read any of these books, do let me know what you think of them down in the comments below. And don't forget to make sure that if you haven't already, you have subscribed and you've turned your notifications on, so that when my next video goes live next week, you are ready to view it as soon as it comes out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate the love and support you guys are giving me on this channel. And until my next video, as always guys, happy reading. Bye!